20th, all of the coats and blankets will be donated to unsheltered individuals and families experiencing houselessness. Simply bring your donation to 4434 Crenshaw Boulevard in Los Angeles, near Vernon Avenue, from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. weekdays. That's 4434 Crenshaw in historic Leimert Park. During the holidays and every day, let's remember, we keep us safe. We keep us warm. We are the safety net, and together we can cover the unsheltered. Get caught up in the spirit of the season, the spirit of love. Make a difference with your friends at KBLA Talk 1580.
I'm Zoe Williams, the voice of reason. If your relationship is in trouble, I'm the dude to call. Has your soulmate become your cellmate? Does black love still exist? What are your bedroom turnoffs? Fantasies and fetishes. Financial infidelity. I'm dating a fat person. Are they worth the wait? Trust me, this gonna be crazy.
How about the heavy stuff?
The child wasn't his, and he still had to pay child support.
It's a very heated topic.
How was that right?
Mama's baby, daddy's maybe.
I just have so many questions I want to ask you.
I just like to kiss you. Is there something wrong with that?
Damn.
He told me he had a vasectomy. I'm pregnant.
Betrayal has been committed.
Hit you with the bad pipes routine.
How does he maintain his humposity?
He likes it when it pinches my neck.
Why can't you open up, brother?
I'm a karate man. Karate man rules on the inside. They don't show their weaknesses.
Yeah.
How do you write women so well?
Zoe Williams,
Reason and accountability.
the voice of reason.
What do many broken Hollywood couples, such as Brad Pitt and Jennifer Aniston, have in common? The couple was incredibly similar and very close. They were like twins, dressing and speaking similarly, but no longer being identified as their own individual persons, but rather as a pair. They were able to flawlessly describe their partner, were unable to go a whole day without seeing them, and shared everything with each other. Is this unhealthy? Does this lead to breakups? It has been noted by researchers that those couples who are very similar lack a sense of individualism. Because they're physically and emotionally the same person, they do not tend to have long-lasting relationships with each other, compared to those who have some distance between them. However, it is important to add that researchers also note that closeness most likely is not the root of the problem, but rather the lack of distance. Inclusion of other self is a test given by psychologists that measures how close that someone feels to their partner in their relationship. Often done by a pictorial, questionnaire, or paper test, they look at how much the couple share personality traits, identity, values, and points of view. Through this test, medical researchers can correlate closeness and happiness. It was found that couples that had some distance were the happiest and strongest. Not too much distance, nor too little. The couples, a Professor Frost noted, knew that they could be closer, but they were happy being as close as they were. It's not how close you feel that matters most, it's whether you are as close as you want to be, even if that's not really that close at all. People who yearn for a more intimate relationship and people who crave more distance are equally at risk of having a problematic relationship. In order to find a relationship that better suits you, set out with an idea of how close you would like to be with your partner, and do not settle with someone who falls above or below your standard. That way, there's less potential for fights over being too clingy or too distant. It'll be at the closeness level that you both prefer. This tactic, stated by Foster, could be used not only in romantic relationships, but also platonic relationships, such as with family members, coworkers, and friends. This way, you can be happy in all your relationships.
Wow, that's deep. A lot of people don't even think about relationships that way. Let's just be honest. We just get together, we're self-unaware, we don't know what our communication style is, we don't know what our attachment style is, we don't know what generational curses we carry, we don't know what unhealed trauma, and it all just gets thrown up into the relationship's face, right? This is why conversations like these are so important. Now, we got people from all over the country that want to jump in. We got Indianapolis, we got Houston, Texas, we got Mississippi. Aw, shoot, here we go. Who's been on the longest? Ronan, Indianapolis, Naptown. What are your thoughts on tonight's topic? Talk to us.
Elder Zomethius, how are you?
Oh, man, I'm alive and well, brother. How you?
I'm good. This is a very interesting topic. I just wanted to chime in a little bit.
Well, go ahead, because I already know what's coming. Come on.
I think, what the message said was true. A lot of people don't either respect or haven't even established from relationship parameters. I think the toughest part about intimacy is like trying to have a relationship with someone who divorced themselves or someone who's dependent on emotional alimony.
They need a monthly emotional check. Come talk to me more. Come on.
So a lot of times they jump into a new relationship trying to put the faith of the old person on the new one, and they wonder why they get the same old results, if not worse. So they don't have that time to actually heal themselves. So if they never address a negative narrative that they're driven by, they end up being relationship welfare recipients.
Okay, stop. Listen, hey, Ronan, don't come in here with these quips, man. Don't. They got a relationship. Hey, I was about to say something real bad. Stop, man. Don't come in here. Come on now. Go ahead, Ronan. Finish your thought, man.
Like I said, okay, I refer to them as relationship welfare recipients because they want all the benefits, but they do refuse to put in the work.
Ooh.
And it comes to a point. So it comes to a point where you had to basically cut them off. Now they don't know what to do, so they end up being relationship squatters. So when you take that time to heal yourself, you'll be able to have a healthy relationship with yourself so that way you know what to give of that person, not just respectable distance, but respectable love and growth.
And you know what, Ronan, you cooking so good right now. Let me ask you, can do me a favor? Think on this for a second, bro.
Okay.
Don't you think we need to normalize that time has nothing to do with healing?
True.
See,
I agree with that.
See, let me tell you something about healing. And this is what I've learned experientially. If you put in the work on yourself and you do not pay attention to the clock, you're going to wake up one day healed. Do you see? So many people think time, or the time I put into healing. The reason why you're looking at the clock, because you can't wait to stop the self-healing journey.
Yeah.
You understand? So when people pour into themselves and they say, you know what? I was responsible for this. I was a co-creator of that. This is claim over blame, right? And you start putting in the work. You start doing the work. And you're not paying attention to the seconds ticking, you're going to wake up and not know how much time has passed. But you're going to wake up healed. Does that make sense, brother?
Oh, it makes perfect sense. And that's like, I think we talked about off and on, but like all that that interpersonal work without accountability is called relationship time card fraud.
Here we go. Relationship time card fraud. Go ahead, keep going.
Yeah. No, my thing is like, okay, like in most relationships, you're there, present, you show up. But when it comes to a relationship, it's the equivalent of you sitting there in the bathroom break, taking 45 minutes off. You're not doing the work you're supposed to do. You know, you got this person basically working themselves to death to keep you as average as a person.
Ooh.
And after a while, you get fired.
Ronan, I got one more question. I got one. What, Ronan, what did you just do, man?
Put Indianapolis in the building.
Naptown is in the building. Ronan came in here and set this mug on fire. If you want to bring your city in the building, all you got to do is call us at 1-800-920-1580. When I come forward, your brother Zoe is going to do what he does. I'm going to get y'all in here to speak your piece. Now, Sunday Winter, now's the time to call. Sunday Winter was our caller from Chattanooga. I want to hear from you when I come forward.
Reasons. The reasons that we're here, the reasons that we fear, our feelings won't disappear. You're listening to the voice of reason with Zoe Williams on KBLA Talk 1580.
If you are a private individual or a small business owner who has had problems obtaining a business loan, credit card, or just even acquiring an apartment, please call Alliance Hillview LP for a free consultation at area code 510-459-6001. That's area code 510-459-6001. Remember, don't let your past determine your future.
Anyone can choose to make a difference. You can help people succeed, rebuild after disasters, protect the environment, or feed the hungry. Not only will you make a difference for others, but for yourself. You can earn money for college, learn career skills, and make friendships that last a lifetime. Make a difference. Choose your future. Choose America.
If you're like me, 60 and retired, making ends meet, especially here at the supermarket and drugstore, is tough. I'm so blessed to have found benefitscheckup.org. It's a free and confidential website from the National Council on Aging that connected me to $1,200 a year in programs that help pay for food, medicine, utilities, and more. Maybe it can help you. benefitscheckup.org.
No young person should ever have to worry about having a safe place to sleep at night, or whether anyone cares about them.
But the reality is, 1 in 10 young adults will experience a form of homelessness this year.
For over 50 years, Covenant House has been helping youth in crisis and giving them the support and tools they need to succeed in life. To learn more, go to covenanthouse.org today. Thank you for caring.
Hello?
Man, where are you? I thought you were coming.
I can't. I'm in bed with the flu.
The flu? Whoa. Grandma's about to crowd surf. Man, I'll call you back.
Don't get stuck at home with the flu. A flu shot is safe, effective, and you can get it at the same time as your COVID-19 vaccine. A flu shot is the best way to prevent the flu and its potentially serious complications. Don't get flu FOMO. Learn more at getmyflushot.org.
Brought to you by the AMA, CDC, and the Ad Council.
Only 1 in 5 people with autism are employed, despite many having the skill set and desire to work.
Maybe it's because employers don't know what kind of jobs they can do. Like, what about a programmer?
That's a job for someone with autism.
How about a healthcare worker?
Yep, that is too. People with autism can do a lot of different jobs, but often get overlooked due to outdated stigmas. Introducing WIN by Autism Speaks. We help businesses lead the way in inclusive hiring.
What about a ranch hand?
To learn more, go to autismspeaks.org/win.
You know you want some more. It's the voice of reason with Zoe Williams on KBLA Talk 1580.
Closer than close, closer than most. I just see so much in you, and I want a better view. I want to look deeper into you, yeah. Let's get closer. Closer than close. Let's get closer. Closer than most. Well, yeah. Totally involved.
My playlist is my co-host.
You make my whole world revolve.
Just let me come on in. I know I got it. But that record was so powerful. Oh, Atlantic Star, Closer Than Close. We're talking about how close is too close in an intimate relationship. Intimate relationships are a complex interplay of closeness and distance. where finding the right balance is crucial for the relationship's ultimate success. On tonight's show, we have tried to delve into the concept of closeness within intimate relationships. We're exploring enmeshed relationships. We're emotionally enmeshed. We feel in each other so deeply that we feel awkward when we're not around each other. We're emotionally enmeshed, right? We're also talking about the definition of closeness, the potential consequences of being too close, and the importance of maintaining a healthy level of independence, a sense of self, a self that is centered in the self. This is who I am, with or without you. That part of you must be maintained. What are enmeshed relationships? Enmeshed relationships occur when boundaries between individuals become blurred, leading to a loss of individuality and autonomy. In such relationships, partners may have difficulty distinguishing their own thoughts, emotions, and desires from their partners. This lack of differentiation can hinder personal growth and create dependency, ultimately stifling the relationship's potential for growth and fulfillment. Then we have to come into this relationship with an understanding of just what closeness is. Closeness in relationship is a multifaceted concept. In other words, it's vague in and of itself. Closeness, because what's close to you, subjective at the very least, what's close to you may not be close to me, right? Closeness is a multifaceted concept that encompasses both emotional and physical aspects. Relationship scientists define closeness as the degree to which individuals include aspects of their partner's self-concept within their own. Who you are is seen, acknowledged, heard, and recognized by me, and I create a space for it within me. That's closeness. That's heavy right there. And then we talked about the Goldilocks zone. The Goldilocks zone in relationship refers to the optimum balance between closeness and independence. In healthy relationships, individuals are emotionally bonded, but also maintain a sense of independence. They value and enjoy spending time together, but they also recognize the importance of personal space and individual pursuits. This delicate balance allows for personal growth, it allows the relationship to grow. It allows for self-fulfillment. It allows for self-respect. It allows for, hey, I've created a space for you and you've created a space for me, but guess what? That space doesn't have to always be filled. You get to vacate the space from time to time to go do you, so long as you come back and do us. Uh-oh. Are y'all ready for tonight? I don't know. We got callers all over the country. Let's get their perspectives in here. Who wants to talk? Who's been on the longest? Nikki from the SIP. Get in here. Nikki from Mississippi. Talk to me.
Brother Zoe and the fam. Hello, everybody.
Hey, sister. How are you? You know I am excited to hear your thoughts on this.
Well, just some food for thought.
Mm-hmm.
Relative to creating space for your partner and yourself. I have had an experience where my guy had to learn the difference between hugs and being held. Now he's evolved to a point where he'll ask for which one it is that he needs because now he knows the difference. Often, we need to be held. I was saying in the chat, sometimes I need you to hold me tightly, not necessarily to talk and not relative to being sexual, but the tightness of you holding me can create a space where I'll calm down.
Safe. It's a safe space.
Correct.
Yes. Keep going.
He had to learn that it's okay for him to have that space, to want that space as a man, and to ask for it when he needs it, in the event that I haven't picked up on, maybe I should ask you, do you need a hug or need to be held? Because in the intimate space of our relationship, he learned in the hugging of me, which can sometimes lead to the holding of me, that closeness that you're talking about in your topic tonight develops to a point that the intimacy that we share comes from that place. He can hear me from across town resonating, or I can hear him from across town resonating, having evolved in that space.
That's a beautiful. I'm listening to you, and the space has to have, or the person that is doing the holding has to hold with no expectation. They have to hold with no judgment. They have to hold with a single mind or a single thought in mind, and that is safety, empathy, compassion.
It's a release.
Caring.
That's right.
You come in here and I provide this space for you, but I don't want anything. I don't want you to reciprocate. I'm just here as a vessel to allow you to feel what you might not feel out in the world. And that is safe. Talk to me about that, Nikki.
And as a man, we are often not taught in our homes or our upbringing that it's okay if you need that space. And that if you are seeking a long-term relationship or union, with your significant other, that, when you say you got me, that's a place where you got me. And it's okay for me as a man to just need that release, not even to talk like audible words, but to feel the release in his body. See, when that starts to happen, when you feel the body give, see, his mind will give then. His spirit will give.
Wait. I need you to stop. Because I don't know. Andy, get the church, get the organ up in. I don't know who she ministering to. But let me tell you something, ladies.
Yes, sir.
You are not weak if you create a cocoon for your man.
Yep.
In the form of being held. Oh Lord, she is teaching y'all how to make a safe space for him to release his tension, his fear, his anger, his disappointment, his frustration with you. She just told you how to do it.
And he'll keep coming back because he can't get that nowhere else.
My. That's a sermon. Keep going, Nikki. I need 2 more verses from your book of safe space. Wow.
Well, see, we think because we're taught, society teaches us closeness and proximity is supposed to produce this magnanimous relationship. But that's not really where that comes from. When you can create a space because you have done your inner work enough to make room. Jesus is with us all the time, but we have to invite him. Can you please come get in my boat situation, jacked up circumstance?
Come on.
Okay, for him to respond. Same thing with people. Can you make room for me? Without a judgment coming, or if we have a disagreement, 2 days later you're going to remind me of it. No, it's not punitive. And that, particularly from a man's perspective, because sometimes he can be taught it's a weak place, but for him to desire it.
So when it's time, right? When it's time, because there's this Goldilocks space that is balanced between closeness and separation. When it's time, some of that closeness should be used. Listen to what Nikki just said this evening, people. Some of that closeness should be used, and I'm saying both partners, men and women, we should use this time to hold the pain out of each other.
Yep, that's an undergirding in your relationship. That makes a strong foundation. Again, they keep coming back to the place that's a strong foundation because they can't get it anywhere else. You can get laid a lot of places, but you can't make love and be intimate anywhere but here.
Ooh. Nikki, what did you just do, Nikki? Nikki, what just happened? What did you just do, sweetheart?
The SIP is in the building.
The SIP is in the building. Hey, listen, man, if y'all don't go down to the SIP and visit Nikki, just drop some tithes on her porch. I know she got a porch. She in Mississippi. She got to have a porch, man. Wow, she is absolutely cooking. Listen, we still got callers from all over the country, man. And she laid into us something many people want to be held, right? And yes, they deserve to be held. Held without expectations, held without judgment, held without comparison, held without condemnation. Yes, we need to be held, but once we are held and we soften and we relax, we should reciprocate. We should turn to the person that was available for us when we needed to be held. We should turn to that person and say, come on, get some of this. The reciprocity of being held. That is powerful. Listen, when I come forward, I'm going to Houston, Texas, and Detroit, Michigan. But if you want to bring your city in this conversation, because it's on fire, call us right now. I want to hear from Sunday winners from Chattanooga. Call us now.
This universe will pass, baby, yes it will. Oh, that's how long, that's how long, that's how strong, that's how strong. I'll be loving you, baby. Let's get closer, hey, hey, yeah. All wrapped up in love.
He's on fire tonight. It's the Voice of Reason with Zoe Williams, exclusively on KBLA Talk 1580.
I'm Amber Payton. Here's the latest on the Black Information Network. The group responsible for naming birds across the Americas is renaming all birds named after people. The American Ornithological Society says it's because a lot of those people turned out to have problematic pasts that could distract from appreciation of the birds themselves. Examples include Audubon Shearwater, named after John Audubon, famous bird illustrator and slave owner who opposed abolition. New names will be more descriptive about a bird's habitat or physical features. Several organizations gathered in Baltimore to call for a ceasefire between Israel and Hamas. Members of Jewish Voice for Peace, the Black Alliance for Peace, and Baltimore Palestine Solidarity marched from Penn Station to the office of Maryland's 7th District Congressman Kwesi Mfume, asking that he sign the ceasefire resolution demanding de-escalation, a ceasefire, and more humanitarian aid in Gaza. That's the latest. I'm Amber Payton on your home for 24/7 News, the Black Information Network.
Hi, I'm Kyle at Blindster.com. Shopping for new blinds? At Blindster, we offer over 50 different blinds, shades, and shutters at low prices, custom made for your windows, and shipping is free. Shop at home and order 10 free samples of any product before you buy. Blindster.com.
environmental justice, pollution, and climate. In Los Angeles and across America, people of color are suffering and dying from disproportionate health impacts on a planet that has less than 10 years to prevent irreversible damage. Heat illnesses, respiratory illnesses, water-related illnesses, food system impacts, insect-related diseases, black maternal health, and mental health effects. As the impacts of climate change mount, millions of vulnerable people, our people, are going to bear the brunt of these extreme environmental events, which will likely lead to forced displacement, loss of cultural identity, and other related risks. These realities are as real as rain. Stay tuned to KBLA Talk 1580 for more details about the most progressive multimedia and live events campaign any black media outlet has ever undertaken to combat the climate catastrophe. Experts, events, empowerment. It's all on the way from unapologetically progressive KBLA Talk 1580. We don't black down. We level up.
Level up, 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 level up.
KBLA Talk 1580. We've got a lot to talk about.
KBLA Talk 1580 believes in community empowerment through the arts. Tia Chucha Central Cultural is on a mission to transform community in the Northeast San Fernando Valley and beyond through ancestral knowledge, the arts, literacy, and creative engagement. The Northeast San Fernando Valley has a population of about 500,000, the size of the city of Oakland, yet it has no bookstores, art galleries, or full-fledged cultural spaces until Tia Chuchas opened its doors in 2001. Founded by renowned poet and activist Luis Rodriguez, Tia Chuchas Cultural Center provides a year-round free or low-cost arts and literacy bilingual intergenerational programming in mural painting, music, dance, writing, visual arts, healing art sessions, and healing talking circles. Activities also include Mexica, Aztec dance, indigenous cosmology, philosophy, and 2 weekly open mic nights, one in Spanish, the other in English. In addition, they host author readings, film screenings, and art exhibits. To express yourself, heal yourself, attend an event, or volunteer, please visit www.tiachucha.org. That's TIACHUCHA.org. This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
KBLA Talk 1580. We've got a lot to talk about.
Hi, Maisha Cairo here, KBLA, live at Chase Bank on Crenshaw and Vernon for the In This Together tour with female business owners, a day of empowerment, community panels, and best of all, tips on building business from marketing to capital. I was able to speak with Kate Luzio, former banking executive and now owner of Luminary, who partnered with Chase for this tour. She makes it her business to build community for business owners.
Yeah, so I was a banker for 20 years before I decided to become an entrepreneur. 7 of those years were actually at JP Morgan Chase. One of the biggest things that I had going into my entrepreneurial journey was a big background in banking.
So what advice are you giving business owners looking for financial backing today?
So Chase brings in so much knowledge and the opportunity to understand what financial tools are out there for business owners to build, grow, and scale their business. A lot of business owners will say, well, I need to get a loan immediately. Well, you wouldn't just lend money to your friend if you didn't know why they needed it. I tell every business owner, you need a business plan, you need financial projections, you need a banker. Because you have to start building a relationship with a banker so that they get comfortable with how you're going to build that business and so that they can eventually support you in different ways.
Makes sense. So visit the Chase Community Center on Crenshaw and Vernon. Meet a banker today. Tell them about your business. I'm Maisha Cairo in the community for KBLA with JP Morgan Chase.
KBLA Talk 1580. Talk radio. That's music to your ears. We're unapologetically progressive. KBLA Talk 1580. You're listening to the voice of reason with Zoe Williams. Only on KBLA Talk 1580.
I'm calling you up. I'm calling you up. 'Cause I need a love doctor. And I need it right away. I'm calling you up. I'm calling you up. 'Cause I need to hear the doctor's voice of reason.
Yo, so I got this two-timing chick who got her revenge from when I was on my two-time tip. And even when I tried to correct it, she couldn't get past how she was disrespected, neglected my effort, a pair with no trust, dirty games and affairs that been tearing us up. If things ain't picture perfect, is it really worth it? I have an idea, but I need to know for certain.
I'm calling you up. I'm calling you up. 'Cause I need a love doctor. And I need it right away. I'm calling you up. I'm calling you up. 'Cause I need to hear the doctor's voice of
I think I am afraid of intimacy and closeness. Okay, fair enough. And that's a very common fear. You're not alone. You may think you're alone in that, but you definitely aren't. And it's also a justified fear. I mean, if you allow someone to be close to you, then you open yourself up to them and they can hurt and betray you. So of course there's reason to be afraid. So what do you do about that? Well, there's reason to be afraid of lack of intimacy and distance. You want to be alone for the rest of your life? That's a frightening thought. In all likelihood, it's not that easy to get through life on your own. You know, it's lonesome and difficult. And if you're in trouble, you don't have someone to help you out, and you don't have someone to help when they're in trouble, and you don't have anyone to share your triumphs with, and all of that. So that's not good. So you might be afraid of intimacy, but you should be at least as afraid of its lack. And so maybe those fears can balance. You know, you say, well, I'm afraid of intimacy, so I won't go there. Well, you're not afraid enough of being alone. And so you got to bring that up.
Man, that man was preaching. Dr. Jordan Peterson, you got to give him his. As afraid as you are of not having distance, you should be as afraid of not having intimacy. Closeness. It is healthy adults, healthy people who understand that both must exist in your intimate relationships, and not for selfish reasons, but just for healthy reasons. When I say selfish reasons, sometimes people want closeness because they want sex, they want attention, they want what they want in that moment, right? And I'm saying, hold tight. Do it as a collaborative act. Want closeness with someone who wants it in that moment with you. Don't want it just because you want it. Want it because the two of you want it. Now, this is a level of development that we must get to. And the same is true for distance. Want distance collaboratively. We've been close. We're vibing. Yes, now let's collaboratively take a little leave. Go recharge. Go reconnect, right? The collaboration of physical intimacy, emotional intimacy, mental intimacy, communicative intimacy, in conjunction with self or independence, right? Yes, these things have to swing back and forth. A pendulum, right? A pendulum. We have to learn how to determine the level of closeness we want. And we have to have a partner who is strong enough in their sense of self to be a collaborator of it with us. That's what communion is. You need this kind of space. I know my partner. They need this kind of space. Oh, well, I know my partner. They need this kind of intimacy. And then we collaborate on giving and taking, sharing and supplying and supporting. But it's a difficult process if one hasn't conquered self. Let's get our callers in here. Attala's been on the longest. I didn't mean to keep you that long, child. Get in here. Attala?
Okay, sorry, Uncle Zoe. I was having a little bit of technical difficulties. How are you?
Yes. I'm all right. Now I'm on the radio. I'm okay.
Yes, sir. I just wanted to chime in a little bit on the topic of enmeshment. Because even your question, right? Close is too close. We don't know. Let me tell you why we don't. We don't know because we have no idea. We don't know how to determine that. And when I say we, I mean just general population, right? If I'm coming out of a situation at home that is enmeshed, and I'm going to get into that a little bit, but if I'm coming out of a situation that's enmeshed, there's no boundaries, there is a lack of accountability there, all of that, then yeah, it's going to make me a little bit more avoidant, right? If I'm coming from a home that's starved of attention, yeah, I'm going to be a little bit more anxious, if you will, right? But I'm speaking from the point of view of someone who is fearful avoidant, so I thought it was interesting when you played the clip, because a lot of people don't really know what that's like. I would kind of describe it as like almost like bipolarism of intimacy.
Keep going. I'm listening. Go ahead. Share it, child. Share it now.
I'm telling you, I'd be frustrated myself because, and I find this a lot, like even with new relationships, friendships, you know, I kind of examine how the relationship may be going, how often we may be talking, how we're kind of responding to each other. And I find myself in the weirdest moments when things are maybe getting a little too close. Like I just kind of want to pull away and I'm like, why am I like this? So that made me start kind of studying, not only myself, but also other people, healthier people, in the way that they handle situations. You know, True was talking about clinginess. I feel like that's a matter of timing, but also perception, right? Like if you're 3 weeks into a relationship and you're talking about marriage, whoa, what is happening? If you're 3 months into it, even for a lot of people is a lot because there's certain steps that need to be taken. So if you're not communicative and having conversations in terms of, I guess you could say, your expectations or how you may behave once that lovey-dovey phase wears off, I think it just kind of creates complications.
I love it. Guess what you just did, child?
I brought Houston in the building.
H-Town in the building. But where is Los Angeles? Where is L.A.? Now, I don't understand the disrespect, L.A. Oh, yes, it's disrespectful because I be seeing y'all in the streets and people be like, yo, show, brother. Yeah. Hey, L.A., listen, man, don't get funny style with me, Los Angeles. I'm L.A. too. Well, I'm Pasadena. Well, that's L.A., Southern California. We 15 minutes away. Don't do me, Los Angeles. Y'all should be calling in here. Don't let the rest of the country dominate your platform. Y'all should be calling in. I just want to say thank you, Attala Phillips, for being so open and transparent. It's a testament to the show. It's a great compliment to the show. And I appreciate you for feeling safe enough to say, hey, this is what I'm going through. This is what I'm dealing with. And we appreciate everybody who calls, regardless of where they call from. L.A., show up and show out. Andy, your thoughts?
Well, L.A.'s over here all day. But
okay.
You know why L.A. don't be calling in?
Why?
Because L.A. is superficial like a mug.
Ooh.
So when you come on and you start speaking that truth, they scared. The insecurities pop up and they're just like, I don't know if I want to call in.
L.A., y'all gonna let Andy, who is L.A., basically say y'all punks, y'all soft as doctor's cotton, y'all gonna let Andy.
They scary.
Said y'all scary. Don't let Andy do that. 1-800-920-1580. LA, get in here. When I come forward, I'm going to Detroit, Michigan to talk to my homegirl, Monique.
Is it good to you? More Voice of Reason with Zoe Williams when we come forward. KBLA Talk 1580. We've got a lot to talk about.
KBLA Talk 1580, connecting you with services and solutions because we've got your black. Listen up. If you're one of the more than 100,000 California tenants who were rejected or delayed when applying for COVID rental assistance, you've got a second chance. Under the terms of a new settlement, California's Housing and Community Development Department agreed to audit its past denials. The program ended in March 2022, but the advocacy groups, Alliance of Californians for Community Empowerment, Policy Link, and Strategic Actions for a Just Economy sued the department. According to the coalition's analysis of state data, the department rejected nearly 30% of all applicants. Under the settlement, the department agreed to clear all renters in the pipeline within 6 months. The settlement applies to anyone who sought assistance from the state's Housing is Key program before April 1st, 2022, whose applications is pending or was denied after June 6, 2022. Tenants who have questions about the status of their application can call the hotline at 833-430-2122. That's 833-430-2122. This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
For all of us, this generation and the next, there is simply no place in our lives for litter. And yet, it's everywhere we look, and unfortunately, it does belong to all of us. So let's come together and create a litter-free, clean California once and for all. Remember to properly dispose of your trash and recycling. Secure truckloads with tarps to keep debris from flying out. Clean out your car when you're at the gas station. Take pride in your community by organizing a cleanup event or join a cleanup event near you. Zero litter is the goal. Join us at cleanca.com. That's cleanca.com. Let's do it together. Brought to you by Caltrans. cleanca.com.
Some people won't give you the real talk on drugs, but it's time we know the facts. Fentanyl is killing people. It's a powerful opioid, often made illegally and commonly mixed with illicit drugs. It can even be pressed into counterfeit pills that resemble prescription medications. Just 2 milligrams, about the size of a few grains of sand, could potentially be lethal. This isn't an ad to scare you, but it is an ad to make you think twice. Get the facts. Go to realdealonfentanyl.com. This message is brought to you by the Ad Council.
You know you want some more. It's the Voice of Reason with Zoe Williams on KBLA Talk 1580.
I wonder if she could tell I'm hard right now. Yeah, come on, dance for me, baby. Yeah. Uh-oh, you feel like? All right. Come on, don't stop now. You done did it. Come on, yeah. All right. Hold up. Baby, when we're crying, that's right. I get so excited. Don't know how I like you. I try, but I can't find it. Yeah. Oh, you're dancing real close. But it's real slow. You know what you're doing, don't you? You're making it hard for me.
Oh, the song's on you. Requested you dance.
Ladies and gentlemen, the one and only Voice of Reason is in the building along with his co-host, my playlist. Come on, let it ride just a second. Just give us another 20 seconds of it. A little bump, huh? Hey.
Now, girl, I know you felt it. But boy, you know I can't help it. You know what I wanna do.
Not out here on the dance floor, though. Don't do it out here. We in the nightclub. Hey, the Voice of Reason. You already know what it is. Let me get my final callers in here for tonight. Monique from Detroit, get up in here.
Happy Friday. How you doing this evening?
Happy Friday to you too, sister. Thank you for always riding with me. What are your thoughts on tonight's topic?
I think that a lot of times trust and the lack of fear can make a relationship a little bit more stronger. When you're talking about closeness, how it relates to intimacy, I could feel like you can be in the same house with someone, and then you could be in the computer room, someone could be in the office, basement, or whatever, or you can go out without looking at, somebody blowing your phone up every 2 minutes. Where are you? Are you there? Maybe a couple of phone calls. Are you safe? That's it. But a lot of people don't know that you can be far apart and still be close. You can be across town and be close. Knowing, like you said, the Goldilocks moment. You know that when you come together, it can be filled with intimacy, but all the time it can just be filled with closeness. You can cuddle on the couch, or it's okay if someone's upstairs. Right. I came in a household, and I'm glad that there was like those type of boundaries. I used to watch my parents. My mother taught, so therefore she came home and she had to, go to another space. And you knew, because she dealt with other people's children, give it 35 minutes, 40 minutes, you come down, it's mama, dinner, everything, and sometimes dad made dinner because he could tell.
Right.
And knowing that my father would come home, and his thing was he engaged with us immediately, but in hindsight, I noticed he did that because his downtime was later. And he allowed us to learn that you do create a space for yourself. He allowed us as children to do that. We went to our rooms, wasn't all this, what are you doing, this or that. I'm so happy that I grew up like that. So now that I can respect people's spaces when I'm in, intimate relationships with people.
That's good stuff. Guess what you just did, child?
I brought the real D in the house.
Ooh, she said the real D. Don't make it a battle between Dallas and Detroit. Hey, Monique, I appreciate you. Thank you for the call, sister. Okay, Inglewood done showed up. Leroy from Inglewood. Get in here, my final caller of the night. Inglewood got something to say to Andy. Talk to us, Ingle.
First and foremost, can you hear me clearly?
Yes, we can, brother.
So, quit with this juvenile stuff, brother. We listening to you. And as a matter of fact, we are actually listening to you.
That's what you told Andy. I saw you in there chewing Andy out. I don't appreciate you calling my engineer and chewing him out now. Go ahead.
Well, he the one that got on there and got to start getting flip style going on with you. See, you the one did that. You the one opened that door, knowing he been there too long. He been there too long now.
He been there too long.
So we listening to you, man, and we appreciate what you do. We don't need you to be right. We just need you to help us get ourselves right. Help give us our mirror so we can correct ourselves. So thank you. And don't be dragging Andy out there like that to make him reflect your thoughts.
I did that to Andy. Is that what I did?
You did that to Andy tonight. You did that to Andy. Andy got his own mind, but you did that to him.
You know what, though? Brother Leroy, you're right. I do have my own mind, but I got to agree with Zoe. You know what I'm saying? We need L.A. to stand up, but at the same time, though, Leroy, I hear you, though. Sometimes you just got to fall back, and we just got to listen and take notes, so I respect that.
That's right. And we are listening to you and Krishnamurti and Peterson and your playlist.
Yeah,
we're listening. Right.
Right. I love it, brother. I love it. Hey, thank you. Hey, so guess what you just did, Leroy?
I reflected you is what I just did.
No, you supposed to say
I reflected you.
You supposed to say I brought Inglewood.
No, I ain't bringing Inglewood in the building. I was already here. You just said that earlier, remember? 15 minutes away. You just said that. I didn't bring Inglewood in the building. I reflected you. No, that's what I did tonight.
You missing the show's little catchphrase for the callers when you call in. But because you don't call in, you don't know the protocol. So next time when you try to get loud with me, understand where I'm coming from first, Leroy. Now, you know what, Leroy? You didn't bring nobody in the building. Hang up on Leroy. What in the Sam hell? Don't call in here acting a fool. I act a fool right with you, boy. LA, get your stuff together. Boy, tried to raise up. Don't raise up now. I'm going to be in Inglewood in 2 minutes now. Oh, that was beautiful. I love it. I love it, man. KBLA is the best place in the world, man. This is great radio. Let me just say this. The concept of closeness, right, within intimate relationships. We've already discussed that it's multifaceted and that it requires a delicate balance. We talked about enmeshed relationships, characterized by blurred boundaries, as well as a loss of individuality. We talked about how all these things can hinder our personal growth and fulfillment, but personal growth in particular. Why personal growth in particular? Because relationships are designed to grow us up. So when we lack balance, right? When we don't have a Goldilocks zone in our own spirit, right? When we how would you have a Goldilocks zone in your own spirit? So the Goldilocks zone that creates balance between the shadow and this visible person we get to see. This is why Carl Jung urged us to integrate our shadow into our persona, who we are perceived as out in the world. So you can create balance in a relationship once you create balance within yourself. Everybody in the chat room is rolling right now because they see how I could just flip on a dime. They saw me flip and then flip back to calm guy, the voice of reason. They're like, what in the world is that's the Gemini. Come on now. Come on. That's my Goldilocks. I can go dark and light on you real quick. No, but it is important that you create that internal balance. And conversations like these are simply designed for us to at least have the conversation. Okay? At least have the conversation. Healthy people want these conversations. Why? Because they want to create an equilibrium in their relationship so that they can continue to learn, so they can continue to expand and grow as an individual, as well as be able to share that with the person that triggered whatever unrequited wound that needed attention. Now, we started the conversation. It's up to you to finish it. Up next, you already know who she is. It's RSVP with Jill Monroe, the voice of reason. I'm out for the weekend, but guess what? I'll be back Monday with a whole list of fire topics. I'll holla.
I don't want to rain on this parade, but I'm starting to question